Good evening, you're now with me, Henry, for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak Governor Tun Behin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar will attend LIMA’25 tomorrow. Sarawak exempts Petronas from gas licenses but mandates prior notification to the Sarawak Ministry of Utility and Telecommunications. On global affairs, the Israeli army issued an evacuation warning for 14 northern Gaza neighborhoods, while the UN began distributing humanitarian aid. Sarawak Governor Tun Behin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar is scheduled to attend the Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition 2025 or LIMA’25, set to be held at the Masuri International Exhibition Centre, MIEC, tomorrow. According to his senior press secretary Samuel Simon, Wan Junaidi is expected to arrive around 9 a.m, followed by an official visit to the main exhibition booth, including the maritime segment at Resort World Langkawi. Wan Junaidi's attendance at LIMA’25 reflects the strong support of the Sarawak government towards the nation's defence and aerospace industry development, particularly in strengthening collaboration between the state government and strategic industry players. The exhibition also highlights active participation from Sarawak representatives, including educational institutions and industry players, who have recently signed new collaborations within the defence and aerospace sectors. Notably, ICAT's University College from Sarawak has signed 3 Memorandum of Understanding with industry players. These MOUs focus on collaboration in education, aerospace research, and technology development, encompassing industrial training opportunities and technology transfer for students from Sarawak. This initiative aligns with Sarawak's commitment to cultivating highly skilled talent in the technology and defence sectors, thereby fostering the growth of high-impact industries that drive both the state and national economies. The Sarawak government has appointed Miasat Global Berhad as the consulting firm to develop the state's aerospace industry roadmap. Its Chief Operating Officer Yao Chong Lim announced that the plan was presented to Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg earlier today.
As you all know, Miasat has been appointed by the SMA as a consultant to develop the Sarawak aerospace roadmap, and we have assisting the SMA to develop that, and that has been presented to the Premier, and the detail of it.
He spoke to a reporter following a courtesy visit to the Premier at his office at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly today. According to Yao, the visit included discussions on Miasat's contributions and involvement in Sarawak's communication sector. The Sarawak government has granted Petronas and its subsidiaries an exemption from the formal requirement to obtain a license for conducting gas activities in the state. However, Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg clarified that Petronas must still submit an application and inform the Sarawak Ministry of Utility and Telecommunication MUT before commencing any operations.
No, we give them exemption. If they apply. If they apply. But they have to tell us, then we give them exemption.
Submit the application. Meaning with this agreement, all the licenses must go through Petros first before it's implemented, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Not ministry. License is the ministry.
Licensing goes to the ministry.
Ministry.
Petros is the gas aggregator, but the authority to produce license is MUT. And the MUT has the authority to exempt. Petronas being a national company, we give exemption to them.
He said this during a special press conference following the signing of a joint declaration of understanding between the Sarawak government and the federal government at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly complex earlier today. According to him, any agreement or gas-related activity involving Petronas and its subsidiaries must go through Petros before it can be implemented. Earlier in his statement, Abang Johari said the joint declaration signed on Wednesday serves as a foundational platform for both parties to refer to in resolving issues between Petronas and Petros. He added that it was carried out in the spirit of federalism between the federal and Sarawak governments, while also respecting Sarawak's rights as enshrined in MA 63, the Federal Constitution, and the Intergovernmental Committee IGC report.
Meanwhile, Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg stressed that the ongoing court case involving Petros and Petronas remains unaffected, despite the recent signing of the joint declaration. According to him, the document does not have any direct impact on the ongoing legal proceedings.
He said the matter would be entirely entrusted to the legal authorities to be dealt with in accordance with due legal process.
No, we leave it to the legal people to look into it. Legal people. Yeah? Because there is a process. Assuming if we want to suspend, maybe there's a suspension. And later on, withdrawal. The one I leave to the legal people. There is a process.
According to Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the current circumstances call for the government to acknowledge Sarawak's maturity, capability, and growth in the oil and gas sector through its state-owned company, Petros. He noted that the joint declaration signifies both the federal and Sarawak government's recognition and respect for the Petroleum Development Act, or PDA 1974, and the Distribution of Gas Ordinance, DGO 2016.
Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg has assured that the declaration signed with Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim will remain valid indefinitely. He emphasised that the declaration will continue to hold even in the event of a change in the federal government in the future.
This is the basic understanding between the Prime Minister and our side. The federal government and our side. So this is written? Yeah, yes, it is written. Just sign, no? And then you must remember, you have to look at all the specific areas that we have signed.
Takutnya kalau berubah kerajaan, kan sign lagi.
Si, ada sign. Mungkin ada juga kita ada commercial agreement dari Muhyiddin. You see that?
Ya, masih.
Masih? Don't worry lah.
For the first time ever, the Sarawak government is introducing the Sumbangsih Gawai Daya 2025 as a token of appreciation for frontline workers on duty throughout the Gawai festive season. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the initiative reflects the spirit of inclusivity embodied in the PCDS 2030.
Saya telah mencadangkan kepada Datuk Seri Fatimah supaya kita dapat juga membantu dan memberikan sedikit sebanyak token bantuan kepada rakan-rakan kita dari keturunan Dayak yang bertugas ketika perayaan Gawai Dayak. Ini adalah pertama kali kita memberi sedikit sebanyak penyerahan simbolik bantuan kepada rakan-rakan kita yang merayakan Gawai Dayak dari agensi-agensi yang tersenarai, termasuklah agensi beruniform kita yang menjalankan tugas ketika Gawai, meninggalkan isteri, meninggalkan keluarga demi untuk tugas yang telah diamanahkan. Kepada mereka saya ucapkan terima kasih kerana menyumbangkan tenaga ketika perayaan.
Speaking at the symbolic handover ceremony in the State Legislative Assembly Complex Dining Hall today, Abang Johari emphasized that the event was more than just a formality. It represented the state government's genuine care for all members of the community, regardless of their background or faith.
Now, raising the retirement age from 60 to 65 requires a thorough study before any decision is made. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim stressed that the process must be orderly and include all relevant stakeholders.
Biar dikaji sebab cadangan tu cadangan yang wajar diberikan perhatian dan pertimbangan. Tapi biar agensi-agensi terlibat soal peluang pekerjaan, soal kos dan sebagainya. Okey?
Previously, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, Datuk Seri Azalina Othman Said, suggested raising the mandatory retirement age from 60 to 65 years. This proposal was her personal view based on the need to leverage the contributions of individuals who remain energetic and capable in their respective fields. For the record, the retirement age for civil servants in Malaysia has been revised 3 times in the past 2 decades through amendments to the Pensions Act 1980. It was raised from 55 to 56 in 2001, increased to 58 in 2008, and extended to 60 in 2012. For the private sector, the Minimum Retirement Age Act 2012 set 60 as the minimum retirement age. The Israeli army today issued an evacuation warning for 14 neighborhoods in northern Gaza amid a renewed offensive that has drawn widespread international condemnation. The warning came hours after the United Nations announced it had collected and begun distributing approximately 90 truckloads of humanitarian aid, the first such delivery since Israel imposed a total blockade on Gaza on March 2nd. Under increasing global pressure to end the blockade and the ongoing violence, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu indicated openness to a temporary ceasefire in Gaza, while reaffirming the military's objective to bring the entire territory under Israeli control. In a statement today, the Israeli military said it was operating with intense force in 14 areas of northern Gaza, accusing terrorist organizations of operating in those neighborhoods. A similar evacuation warning was issued on Wednesday evening, reportedly in response to rocket fire from Gaza. Later, the military confirmed 3 additional rocket launches from northern Gaza, though the projectiles fell within Palestinian territory. Meanwhile, Palestinians continue to face critical shortages of food, medicine, and other essential supplies due to Israel's blockade. Despite the limited aid deliveries, Israel maintained its bombardment of Gaza, with at least 19 reported fatalities from Israeli attacks just today. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines, anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Henry Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.